Hi guys, I hope you're all good. Today I'll be showing you how I achieved this brows in this video. Yeah, first thing I do is I make sure my brows are neatly carved and brushed into place. As you can see, I have faint airlines, but they are neatly carved and brushed into place. Then you take a well sharpened pencil. Whenever you're working, please make sure your pencil is well sharpened. And if while working the pencil gets blunt, don't manage, just try as much as possible to make sure your pencils are well sharpened so that you can achieve a fine thin and faint line. Your brow does not have to be extremely thick. Once you have a perfectly drawn brows, a lightening will be very easy for you. It won't be difficult. So what I do here is I follow my hairline to draw a straight line, both the lower line and the upper line. And as you can see, I followed my natural brow line. So I'll allow you guys to see how that goes. Please follow carefully and see that I follow my brow lines. Excuse me, guys. You can see what I'm doing there. I'm trying not to extend it too much from my brow lines. I just want you guys to see for yourself how I achieved the brows. And please, my pencil is well sharpened. I had to cut that part off to reduce the length of the video. So as you can see, the main reason why I concentrated on the upper brow was because I personally, if I'm doing my own makeup, I'm drawing my own brows, I don't highlight the upper parts, because at times my hands might not be so steady with my own face. So after drawing the lines, the next thing I do is fill in the brows. I don't shade. I fill it in with a thin straight line, hair-like line, sorry. A thin hair-like line that makes the brow look so natural. Please don't shade, don't press your pencil on your brows. Just a faint line will do. And it will look like your natural hair, please. Thank you. So make sure whenever you're working on your brows, make sure you have your one brush. Please always brush your hair into place so that it won't be flying off or make the brow look not natural. So always brush. I don't joke with brushing into place rather. It helps my brow look so neat. So the next thing I do is take my concealer, and I'm using the LA concealer, the shade Toffe, and my defining brush from BH, neatly cleaned and flattened. So now the straight line you've drawn will make it easy for you to be able to highlight your brows perfectly. All you do is you don't have to use it to shape the brows again. Just follow the thin lines you draw. Make it neat. It's just like you're neatening the parts, your brow. So just follow the straight lines. It won't stress you. You don't have to, and be sure your hands are steady so as not to make any mistake. As you can see, I am trying as much as possible not to make mistake and also to follow the straight lines. So all I'm doing with the concealing is to make my brows neat and pop out. You can see it was not looking so popped out before the highlight, but once you highlight the right way, your makeup or your brows will pop out perfectly. You can see it is now looking so well defined. You just have to be very careful while highlighting so as not to tamper with the straight lines you've drawn. Once your brows are straight, they make your work come out very well and very neat. You can also follow this process while working on a client. The only difference from my own brows and a client's brow is on a client's brows, I try as much as possible to highlight the upper brow, the upper part, but on my own face, I don't, which makes it easy for me. Sorry, I love convenience, and that is why I make sure my lines are straight. All I do to neaten out the upper brow is when I'm applying my foundation on my face, I make sure I'm careful with that part, not to make my foundation stain it, but to just cover the upper part. Now what I'm doing is I'll take my blending brush. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the blending brush. I got it a long time ago and it's been working perfectly. So I don't smudge. I don't press the brush. I just dab the brush to blend out the concealer into my skin, as you can see. Please just dab. I had to fasten the video. That is why it is looking that way. So just blend out and make sure your brows are neat. I think I touched that part, so I have to adjust it. So I told you I don't joke with brushing. Now you can see the outcome of the brows perfect from under. So the next thing I do is I set my concealing using Flawless Ivy powder palette. So while setting, I use a tone or a shade lighter than my skin shade, or probably I use the shade of the concealer I used. When you're concealing, please make sure you're using a shade lighter than your shade, a shade or two shades lighter than the shade of your own skin. It will make the brow pop out very well. So I set with my powder to make it look natural. You can see it won't be creaming and it won't make it crease. So just set like that. So I do the same on the other side of the brows too. Please don't allow your powder to stain your brows, because I think for me, if I do that, if I make that mistake, it makes my brow faint out easily. So you can see. And this is how I get my own natural brows. I'm sure we've gained one or two things from this video. So here is this end product. Here is the final look of the brows after the whole makeup. Kindly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much and I love you.